A cold afternoon greets Michael Garcia as he takes time to himself to relax and eat. Each day, summer slips further into his past, and autumn begins to crawl itself over the hillside. This brisk weather will soon give way to cold, harsh winter, and the outside will be covered with snow once again. But before the weather slides in and makes his life even more difficult, there's still plenty of work that Michael Garcia has to get done. Welcome back to Project Zomboid, everybody, and welcome back to Build 40. Potentially the last Build 40 video we see, at least for some time. But I couldn't, in good conscience, just drop all videos of Build 40 before moving on to Build 41. I wanted to be able to do both, because I feel that would be very, very important, and I feel like you would also want at least some sort of send-off to Michael Garcia here. And we have lived quite some time. And while I still want to perform and perform the tasks rather that I set out before Michael Garcia, particularly with getting some cars over to the other side of the road, I also just kind of wanted to reminisce and talk about the adventures that we've had with this character. We are now, this is episode, what, 50 something? I'm actually curious. This is episode 59? Yeah, 59. Almost 60 episodes of Michael Garcia. And then the 5 of Joy Garcia, his ex-wife. That was kind of my first steps back into this game after well over like a year or two of not playing and only dipping in occasionally. I mean, the vehicle, this was my first real run-in with like my first real playthrough with the vehicle branch. I really didn't play the vehicle branch all that much. I was really waiting for the animation update, but I had gotten the itch to play again, and yep, here we are, you know. We played an incredibly fun, long tale of Michael Garcia with some real twists and turns and insanely close calls, especially those first couple of weeks as surviving as Mr. Garcia here with the scratches that we survived through. We survived 2 or 3 scratches or something insane. It's just been really, really interesting to see all this. And one of my favorite things about playing games like this and Zomboid is just the slow transformation of the world. I mean, if you think about when we first started this, all these buildings were so clean, pristine, clear, maybe a few broken windows and doors as zombies were wandering around, but no cracks in the building, no vines crawling up the sides. You know, wildlife hadn't started to reclaim what it once was theirs. It just looked like an abandoned town that had been left so suddenly by those who once lived there. Now, as we walk the streets, the buildings themselves have seen so much combat. Windows have broken, doors opened, cracks run along all sides of the building, and vines climb up to reclaim man's folly. And there's an inherent fascination with that for me. It kind of falls into that idea that I love urban exploration a lot. Not that I would really go do it myself, because hell, dude, that's dangerous. But I love watching it, and there's just a fascination with exploring abandoned and forgotten buildings. Kind of to see the remnants of humanity just left alone. Because one day that's what everything will look like, right? But this is all, there's a history to all of this. We worked super hard and put all of our effort into making sure Michael Garcia lived a long life, and only recently did we ever even get an axe in the first place, which was something we tried so hard to do for such a long time. But here we are. We've done it. What's going to happen to Michael Garcia? What's the next step? What are we going to do with him? Are we going to leave him forever? Are we going to port him over to Build 41? Are we going to come back to the old build every so often just to continue his story? And the answer I have is I don't necessarily really know yet. I don't know what I want to do with Mr. Garcia. To be honest with you, I didn't even think I'd live this long. I thought I'd be dead well beforehand. But here we are. Not quite dead, surprisingly. And I've thought about it, and I know there's been a lot of different suggestions as to what I should do with him. Maybe mod the new build when you can mod the new build, to kind of port over Michael Garcia, quote unquote, to give him his particular loadout that we've worked so hard to do here. And that honestly, like, that's tempting. I've also, people have said I should just continue Michael Garcia and build 41 and kind of just pick up in a different town. Maybe he left, maybe this place got overrun. And while I also thought about that, the reason I decided not to, or at least not to for the moment, is because it doesn't feel right. I'd be losing all my skill points. He'd be starting at square one again, and in Build 41. Build 41 is genuinely a brand new game. I'm relearning. It's very hard, and to bring Michael Garcia right away over to that would be a mistake, I think. Moreover, Michael Garcia's story couldn't have been told in Build 41. Everything, he's accomplished over the course of our playthrough here, a lot of that just heavily relies on Build 40 being what it is. So it wouldn't even be the same story. It wouldn't be the same Michael Garcia. It would just be some sort of amalgamation or faux representation of who he was. Maybe we will, though, at some point. If we can mod him in, I might pick him up and take him for the ride again and just have a play him. But I'm stumbling over my words. I'm struggling to get out because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's kind of weird to say goodbye to him. I've never had to say goodbye to a character yet. The closest I've gotten is Rust Tilt, and the whole Rust Tilt thing, for those who are very curious about what the hell's going on with Rust Tilt, first of all, I flew out for a week, so I was gone. But I am slowly working off camera to prepare for the final assault. The next episode of Kenshi for Season 2 is the final episode for Kenshi Season 2. And I want to make sure I am as prepared as I possibly can be for that, and then we'll let the story play out as it will. And we'll just kind of go from there. It's coming, it's just not ready yet, and, with Zomboid Build 41 coming out, and I have a Chilluminati podcast live on October 30th in the One's Ballroom in Somerville, Massachusetts. I've been working on the live show for that. I've been working on, I know you keep hearing me say this for those who even know what this is, but I am working on the next 2 Judge Mathises, technically. I have finished and beaten the next game, and I have a script about half done. I'm not particularly thrilled with it. But then again, I'm not particularly thrilled with much that I write. And then the Halloween special, which is going to actually, I think, take precedence over the other one, so I can finish the game and write the script and at least get that done so I can feel good about that. Wow, he went down super fast. So just a lot. There's a lot on my plate. So Kenshi has just kind of been something that I have not been able to finish yet, and I apologize. I'm working on it the best I can. But that, that all is kind of a tangential to the situation we have here, which is just playing the game and saying goodbye, because I haven't really said goodbye, like I said, to a character yet, and I'm excited to let Michael Garcia rest. He's worked so hard. Look at his skills. Like, this is great. I'm so happy with this. Hopefully we'll have ourselves a new skill point and we can keep building him. And, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of, I'd say, like, revisiting him every so often, just to, especially as the Build 41, gets tweaked and stabilized and all that other good stuff. It'll be a lot of fun to kind of come back and compare at some point. Wow. Okay. Stop. Almost. If that was how he died, you know what? I would have been mad. You would have been mad. No one would have liked it. Can we get some? All right, cool. I was like, can we get some free damage in? But no, we can kill him. So I'm fine with that. And if we can push or knock one over, nope, he's dead. I figured it's been, since we started. Let's clear out this church, finally. We've never completely cleared it out. It's always been a problem. And man, these clothes are so boring now. The pastels, the solid colors, there's no variety. But this is I believe this is the church that's near where we started. If you think about it, we have not gone all that far from our initial starting area. But come on, stop. Push. Stomp, push. Stomp, push. Stomp. Okay, let's stomp, push, stomp, push. Okay, I hear 2, maybe 3 in that building there. And we're getting tired. So we're gonna wanna rest for a bit if we can. But I really do wanna clear this place out. This was the first potential cars. I even think I have the key to this car. Hello. Hello. How many? I really kept trying to open that door. I just didn't want the thumping to keep attracting maybe more stragglers. It's very possible that the thumping is causing a bunch of them to just keep showing up. Thank you. Beta blockers, always good to have. Throw those in the backpack. All right, let's see. Do I have the key to this thing? And does it have gas if I do? Okay, we gotta get out. Whoa. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's another one there. Wow. Okay, we do have the key to that. I was correct. That's a lot. Man. Maybe clearing this church out ain't gonna happen. Not yet, anyway. Do we have the key to the truck? I mean, no, we can hotwire it if we wanted to, but we do not. See you later. No interest. You're all very, very interested in selling me stuff I do not want, and I'm okay with it. You know, I respect the hustle. We all can respect the hustle. It's all I do every day is hustle. It's all this game is about. Well, not this game, I mean like the YouTube game specifically. But, you know, this game too, it's all about hustling. Alright, let's see if I can get a chair or something. Ooh. Is he the only one? Are you the only one here in this building? You have a comic book, which is cool. Hello? How long do you think she has been banging at these doors, and how many of them do you think she broke herself? Come on, finish her off. Come on. We're going around kind of cleaning up now. All the areas I left untended because they were too dangerous. Now, though, now we're making it work. Also, cars. Lots of them. Are we hot wiring it? Does it need gas? Probably needs gas. Hello? We'll unlock the trunk. Okay, there's actually a lot of you. Sorry to bother you, I didn't mean it. Adios, muchachos. Audi 9000. Well, it's starting to get late. It's already 9 or 8 p.m., so we could probably head back and let ourselves get some rest for the night. But not before we get inside. Just gonna hotwire pretty much everything. Hey, we've got a little gas on this one, baby. We want to go this way. Hello! Ow. That's fine. We're not really using this for anything other than just pure barriers. Ooh, this thing does not handle well. It's probably beat up. Needs a bit of work. Alright, so here's the initial plan. And you know what? I'm still fine working on this initial plan. Let's back this up. I definitely want to start backing up and meeting in the middle here. I can't tell. Okay, there's no way I can squeeze back there. So we're just gonna go ahead and turn this off. And yeah, I kind of want to just build this. I like the idea of building a funneling system and then building like a wall from like out and down, maybe meeting up with the cars or something. And then we have this whole area where we could shoot down at zombies. Again, that's super long term, and I know after this episode it's very unlikely that we'll ever accomplish that, but I don't want to stop because you never know. You truly do never know when you'll be back to visit. We're good on fuel. You know, another thing too is like looking at this place and what it's become over time and how it's changed and all the kind of the trash, everything we've disassembled and all the things that we've been able to stash. We've got so much cool stuff lying around that just we've had for so long. Cabbage time. Who's gonna miss eating cabbages with me? God knows I will. We're just gonna frickin' stuff ourselves with cabbages. And I think we'll go ahead and get some sleep. Whoa, we only slept till 3 a.m. Probably because we weren't tired. March Ridge. Did we ever look at this? March Ridge is the place we got stuck at. The gated community. Community center. You'll find my body here. I love you. Well, if we'll find their body there, how'd you write this? How'd you know you were gonna be there? If you can make it before you turn, there's something here to help. We'll be back together somehow. If you can make it before you... Wish to God you've never been stationed here. Happy memories, though. Is it like a military community, maybe? Stationed out in Kentucky? Well, I don't plan on going back to March Ridge anytime soon. That was pure hell the entire time. So, you know, I'd rather not. Go ahead and give Daddy a fresh cabbage. We all know we want fresh cabbages in our mouths. We're gonna swing back out here. It's 6:10 a.m. The sun is still just barely cresting over the horizon. It's got that kind of coldish morning light. Let's see if we can grab a few more cars. If I can finish the car barrier on both sides, you know, that's success. Did I hear moaning already? I hope not. It's so interesting playing this game again after spending a few hours for the past couple days just playing the new build. Crazy. It's really crazy to just to see the game change. Because I remember when this graphical style hit, when the first like 3D models sort of kind of came into being, and how impressive, you know, it was then. And the animation update was like a whisper, not even a thing that we were concerning ourselves all that much with. And now this is the old style. The game has gone through 3 distinct visual styles since its development, and it's just been fun to watch change over time. Zomboid has truly been very special to me. It's been a very important part of my life for, I think, obvious reasons. If you are new to the channel, or you know, you're watching this late or something along those lines, well, I don't know. Hopefully, God willing, I'm still friggin' doing this goddamn job at that point in time. But do we have the key? We do not. Let's go ahead and hotwire. But Zomboid bizarrely is the game that changed my life. If it wasn't for Zomboid, I would never have kind of gone down the road that I did on YouTube. I was doing StarCraft 2 commentaries before Zomboid kind of hit me and came into my life, and then, Jesus, man. This thing is just not wanting to get hotwired. And then, you know, I did that first video on it back in, like, 2012, and Zomboid, at the time it came out, you know, indie games were not as prevalent or popular as they are now, and it was like kind of this new thing. This new thing was kind of taken over for a little bit, this little subsect of the internet. And so I played it and I was like, oh my god, I love this game. It's the depth, the realism, the difficulty. So I did a video on it, and that just kind of took off, and my whole life drastically changed. And a lot of reasons, you know, Zomboid is the reason I was able to branch out and become a YouTuber, become a content creator, which led to me doing D&D, you know, live stream shows. I've got my Chilluminati podcast, a couple YouTube channels that I run. You know, I'm grateful. I mean, internally grateful. I'm not stupid either. I'm not saying Zomboid is the reason I'm successful. Zomboid just allowed me to have the chance to be successful. I kind of came in at the right time, and was able to kind of get a little bit of a tiny little spotlight on myself at that particular time, and people liked how I spoke and entertained and joked about dumb stuff enough to stick around almost 10 years later now. Good God. Yeah, we're like at the 8-year, we're about to be at the 8-year mark since I've been doing this. And that means we're about to be at the 5-year mark of me doing it full time? Man, what a wild time. So to see Zomboid evolve and grow and be successful and still be loved by the community, and see it truly evolve with the developers as they've gotten more skilled and they've seen their vision kind of expand as their talents have expanded, there's a weird, like, small sense of pride, as it were. And, you know, I've known these developers for a long time. So obviously there's inherent bias out there. I've known these devs. Well, you know, known them is a strong term. I don't think I've actually ever met any of them in person, but I've talked to them and worked with them over the course of the many years, and dang, man. I'm just proud of these boys and girls. They've done such a great job with a great game, and I'm so excited to see how Build 41 truly becomes the definitive build. Front left window. So there's my weird I'm happy for them speech, because I am. And also, selfishly, let's not lie to each other. Oh, daddy, we got a car. The success of Zomboid, because I'm so inherently ingrained into it. Hey, baby, that's success for me too. People are gonna be checking out the new build, seeing what old Mathis brings to the table, probably going, ooh, this dude's not funny. And they bounce. Haha, joke's on them, suckers. I was never trying to be funny. I just want to pay my bills and make cool content. That's the problem, Mathis. Your content isn't cool either. Oh, God, 1950s bully, stop. Stop. I'll never stop, Mathis. I'll never stop telling you what a flabberdash gingle goggle you are. Ah, you are a useless piece of garbage. Never to be funny. Even though you make a living playing these games, you don't deserve it. I'll never enjoy your content, but I'll leave a comment on all of your videos. No, 1950s bully. My one weakness, mean comments, because I can't stop myself from reading YouTube comments and letting the negative ones stick out. That's show business. Yo, this car project we're working on, it's great. I love it. Let's keep moving here. I'm glad that car was not that big of a challenge. It kind of just accepted its lot in life and was like, all right, you're gonna hotwire me. I'm not gonna make you work too hard for it. I do want to head back up to the gas station, sorta. I kind of want to see what's going on up there. How many zombies have we killed? 898. 2 more. Hey, then we get to 900, and we've been around for 2.5 months. It's banana sandwiches, dude. Going from like a 5-day survival blunder to 60 episode, 2.5 month survival with the ex-husbando. Hey, I don't know why you're all wandering towards my apartment / firehouse, but I'd prefer if you didn't, so. We got some more cars over here. I just want to get to where the vehicles are and try and grab them. There's a knife on the ground, which means I probably dropped it. Yep. There's vehicles laying all over the place, and getting that mechanic start. You know, having that mechanics up there is valuable. I think instead of trying to make this car work, I'm gonna try and clear the area out first. Beautiful. I don't know why they're all dying so fast. I'm not complaining, I'm just confused. There we go. Can you just fall? On the ground! Well, he dead now. No key. Let's hotwire it. I'm hoping there's gas. A little bit of gas, we can get out of here. Excuse me, sirs and madams. Station wagon coming through. Beep beep, mofudges. I said fudgers, YouTube. Please don't demonetize me. Hey! Bonk. Whoa! Let's remember, Mathis, there's roadblocks along the way. Ooh, excuse me. Just wanna squeak on through. I just wanna squeak on through to the other side. I wonder if this is enough, actually. If I can get it through and then wedge it in. I don't know if it will be. I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can... I think we're good. I think we've got ourselves a barrier. Let's turn that off. So now, zombies who come through this way, they can't go through the fence, so they're gonna have to go wide, and they're gonna have to pop through here, which is a nice little funneling section, like I said. And then, you know, should I ever return and kind of close off this wall completely, we'll just kind of wall it up to here. I'll probably wall this whole area here, and then we'll wall up to here like this, and then we can create a platform where we shoot down at them. Neat little projects. And then over on this end, we're pretty much all set. The difficulty then becomes actually going anywhere with my car. And again, oh, I still have the friggin' idea of building this huge wall around this thing and having like a little drive-through garage. And then there's all, wait a minute. Oh my God, I forgot. I was like, wait a minute. Why is there a giant gap in this fence? There's not. There's not. All the flies. Well, this is, I think, where we're gonna say goodbye to Michael Garcia for now. I want to park him upstairs. I don't want to leave him out into the woods. I know it's only 10:20 a.m., but we've done a lot, and this playthrough actually, you know, came at a point where my channel was also kind of being reinvigorated. I was refining what I wanted to do on the gameplay channel, and I'm very happy, you know, with how things have gone. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you for allowing me to do this, and this isn't goodbye, obviously. I'll see you in Build 41. And as far as Michael Garcia goes, I would say it's a goodbye for now. We may see him in some form again, whether we return back to the save file or we somehow port him over to Build 41. But I had to at least revisit him one more time. I didn't think we'd not be able to see him again before Build 41 hit. And, you know, I'm glad we did. One more cabbage for the road, Mr. Garcia. You've done a lot, and you've worked hard, and while you never got to see your ex-wife again, perhaps in the end that's for the best. We know a little bit more than you do, after all. Goodbye, sir. Thanks for all the cabbages.